Hello students, welcome to the online session of data analytics using R. In today's session, we are going to study about plot function in R. As we know, R language is used to perform graphical and statistical analysis of any imported data or any input data. So it provides a wide variety of functions that are used to represent data graphically in a graphical format. Plot is the most basic function in R, using which we can create a scatter plot or we can create a line graph of input data objects. Plot is a generic type of function. It supports a variety of methods and it calls that method on the basis of the type of input object that we are passing to plot function. It is used to develop a two-dimensional scatter plot or two-dimensional line graph. Now, generic function means plot is a generic function. It means that we can pass different input object to create a graph. Like we can pass two vectors as an input, and then the plot function will create a line graph for those two vectors. We can use vectors from any list as an input. We can use vectors from any data frame as an input, and on the basis of that input object type, plot function invokes or plot function calls the method which is used to create a graph for that input data object. That's why it is called as a generic type of function. Here on screen you can see the syntax of plot function. Plot function receives a number of parameters. Not all the parameters are compulsory. These parameters are basically used to decorate a graph, or they are used to add some interactive information in a graph. So we'll see all the parameters one by one. First, it receives two parameters, x and y. These two parameters are compulsory parameters because they are the input vectors for which we want to create a scatter plot or a line graph. Then next parameter is type parameter. Here we need to specify some code in terms of alphabets, and this type parameter is used to specify the type of plot, the type of graph that we want to create. If we give P as a type input code, then it creates only points in a graph. Then L is used to plot line only. B code is used to plot, it is used to represent graph in terms of points and lines. It consists of both points and lines. Then C, if we pass C as a code to type parameter, then it join empty points with a line. Means we get only line without points, and in place of point we get some empty spaces. Then O code is used to plot overplotted points and lines. Means line is line is overplotted on a points. If we pass O as a input code to type parameter. H code is used to plot line graph or scatter plot in terms of histogram, and S is used to create a stair steps in histogram. In this line plot. Okay, so this is how by using type parameter we can get different types of graphs. The next parameter is main. Main parameter is used to give the title to our graph. Xlab and Ylab, these two parameters are used to specify the names of x-axis and y-axis respectively. See, whenever we plot any graph, we always plot the graph against x and y axis. So to give the names of those two axes, to give the titles of x axis and y axis, we have two parameters, x label and y label. Then call parameter is used to specify the color of points and line in a graph. The default color is black, but we can change the color of points and line by using call parameter. Then CX parameter is there, which is used to specify the size of point. Whatever point we are going to plot in that graph, we can decide the size of those points. The default size of point is 1. We can change the size of point by using CX parameter. Then we have PCH parameter, which is used to specify the shape of points. and the value we need to give numeric value to this PCH parameter. This value ranges from 0 to 25. We'll see we'll see the use of all these parameters, and we'll see how to decorate our graph by using this parameter in our practical session. Okay. Then LWD, that is line width parameter, it is used to specify the width of line. If we want to plot a line graph, then we can specify the width of line by using LWD parameter, and the default width is 1. Then LTY parameter is there, which is used to specify the style of line, and the range for this LTY parameter is 0 to 6. We can give 0 to 6 numbers as a parameter to this LTY parameter. Okay, and here you can see if we give 0, then it removes the line from the graph. If we give 1 as an input to this LTY parameter, then it displays solid line. For 2, it display dashed line. If we give 3 as an input code, then it will display dotted line. For 4, it display dot and dashed line. Means we get 1 dot, then 1 dash, then dot, then dash again. Okay. Then for 5 code, it displays long dashed line. Okay. See, in dashed line for 2 code, we get short dashes. For 5 code, we get long dashes. Then 6 code is used to display 2 dashed line. It means that it will display line with the combination of short dashes and long dashes. So these all are the parameters of plot function. Out of all these parameters, x and y, these two parameters are compulsory parameters. Now we'll see example for plot function. So see, I have two vectors, months and temperature 21. So months vector is used to store the values of 12 months, that is 1 to 12. Then temp 21 vector is there. This temp 21 vector also has 12 values, and these 12 values are the values for temperature, average temperature of 12 months. Okay. Now I want to plot a line graph for these two vectors. So I am using plot function. This plot function receives two parameters, months and temp 21. These are two vectors. Months will be on x-axis and the values of temperature will be on y-axis. Okay. And then type is equals to B. I want line and points in my graph. That's why type is equals to B. Then main, which is the title of my graph, main is equals to temperature 2021. I am plotting, or I am creating my graph to display the average temperatures of each month in year 2021. Okay, that's why I have given that title. Color is equals to blue. I want blue color for my points and line. Then the size of point Cx is equals to 2. Shape of point is 2. Okay, we'll see what are different shapes of point in our practical session. Then LWD, that is line width, is 2. Okay, I want to change the default line width, which is 1. I am replacing that default line width with 2. And the style of line is 1. I want a solid line. So when I'll execute this particular command, I'll get a graph of months against temperature. Okay. Now we'll see how to compare two plots. See, in single graph we can plot two line graphs. Okay, and we can make a comparison of those two line graphs. So we'll see now how to compare these two line plots. So for comparison, we need to draw two different graphs. So here I have taken another vector, that is temp 21, and this vector is used to store average temperatures of all the 12 months in year 2020. Okay, so this is my vector temp 20 containing 12 values of average temperatures. Now first to compare two plots, first we need to create one plot. Okay, so I am creating this plot, months. This is my month vector. Okay, then temp 21, temp 20, sorry, temp 20. This is my current vector, temp 20, and all the remaining parameters that are used to create a plot. Here I have given title temp 2020 versus 2021 because I want to compare average temperatures of all the months in year 2020 and 2021. Okay, then color of this particular graph is blue and remaining parameters are given. Now we'll create one graph by using this plot function. Now we want to create another graph in the same image. So to create that another graph, we'll use points function. We are not going to use plot function. We'll use points function. So this points function receives again two parameter. First is month, okay, which is used to give us the values of 12 months, and second parameter is now the values of second vector that we want to compare. Now here we want to compare temperatures of year 2020 and temperatures of year 2021. That's why for points function my next vector is temperature 21. Okay, and then remaining parameters color, CEX, that is the shape of point, and type of graph. After executing these two commands, plot command and points command, we'll get two line graphs in a single image, and then we can compare those graphically. Instead of points function, we can use lines function also. Lines function is also used to create a second line graph in a same image. Okay. Then next is legend. Legend is what? Legend is nothing but a square, or we can say it is a rectangle that we mostly found in any graph, in any of the corners of graph, and which is used to give additional information about that graph. Okay, so we are going to plot this legend. We are going to create this legend in a practical session. Now next we'll see how to save the created graph in terms of various images. Okay, now see, we have created our graph, but that is not enough. After creating that graph, we need to store that graph so that we can analyze it afterwards. We can save our graph either by giving a JPEG extension, or else we can save that graph as a PNG image, as a BMP image, or we can save that graph in PDF file also. So now we'll see what are different commands to save that particular graph. So first, if I want to save that graph as a JPEG image, then I'll write JPEG, this function. Then in bracket we need to give some name to our file, that is to our graph. So I have created a temperature graph, and now I am saving that graph as a JPEG image. So file is equals to temperature.jpg. Okay, now if you only give a name of file in that file parameter, then this graph, this particular plot will get saved in a default working directory. If you want to save your line graph in some particular place, then you need to give path here. Okay, see, I am not giving any path, I am not specifying a path of file. So by default it will store this particular graph in my current working directory. Okay, after this command you need to give your plot function. Okay, the line graph that you want to plot, you need to specify that, and then dev of command. Dev of command is basically used to shut down current device. Like here in this case it is used to close our current plot. Okay, so this is how we can save our image by using command. Now if you want to save your image as a PNG, if you want to save your graph as a PNG image, then instead of JPEG you can use PNG function. Remaining commands are same, that is plot command is there, and after that dev of command is there. Okay, The sequence of these three commands must be like this only. First you need to specify the type of image, then you need to plot your graph, and then you need to use dev of command. Okay, the sequence is fixed. The only change is in the type of image. If you want JPG, then use JPG function. If you want PNG, then use PNG function. If you want to save your graph as a BMP file or BMP image, then use BMP function. Okay, the only change is in the name of function, the type of image. Now see, here you can specify the width and height. You can specify the size of your image along with the file name. That is, if you give width equals to 600 and height equals to 350, then it will resize your image according to the width and height specified in a command. Okay, so you can use width and height parameter with JPG also. You can use this parameter with BMP also. Now next we'll see how to save it as a BMP image. So as I told you, you can replace JPG and PNG function with BMP. Okay, now here we can save our image in some unit, like we can specify width equals to 6, height equals to 4.5 for example, and the unit of this 6 and 4.5 is inch, that is IN. You can specify your unit in centimeters by using cm. You can save your graph, you can save your resolution or your size in mm also, that is by using unit parameter. And RES is nothing but a resolution points per inch. Okay, that is PPI, or pixel per inch, that is 100. Okay, if you want to give a size of your image, then you can use width and height parameter. And if you want to specify unit, that is inch, centimeter or millimeter, then you can use units parameter, and in that unit parameter you can pass your unit. Okay, so this is how we can save our graph by as a image. Now we'll see how to save our graph as a PDF. So if you want to save your graph as a PDF, then instead of PNG, JPG, PNG or BMP, you can simply use PDF function. PDF, then the name of your file, then your plot function, that is graph function, and then dev of. So this is how we can save our plot. Now let's execute practical for plot function. So here I have a vector called months to store the values of 12 months. Then I have another vector temp21 and temp20 and temp21. These two vectors are used to store average temperature values for 12 months of year 2020 and 2021 respectively. So let's plot line graph for this. So I'm plotting line graph for year 2021. So my x-axis value is months and y-axis value is temperature 21. Okay, and then type of graph is B. I want both line and points in a graph. After that, title of graph is temperature 2021. This is the title of my graph. I want blue color for the graph. Then the default size of point is 1. I want to increase the size of that point in a graph to 2. Okay. After that, the default shape of point in a graph is 1, that is circle. I want to change that shape, so I am using 2. You can use any number from 0 to 25 to change the shape. The default line width is 1. I want 2 here. The default line style is 1, so I don't want to change that, which is a solid line. So I am not using LTY parameter. Okay. So see, this is my graph. Okay, here in x-axis we have months, on y-axis we have temperature. Okay, now see, I want to give labels for axis. So on x-axis label is given, that is months. On y-axis my label is temp21, which is a name of my vector. By default it takes the name of vector. I want to change that. So on y-axis, by using ylab parameter, I am giving another caption, that is temperature. So temperature, see, on y-axis you can see temperature is given. Now here, if you want to save this graph, then in file menu, we are using R console. In file menu we have save as option. Okay, so you can save it as PNG, BMP image, JPEG image, or you can save it as a PDF, or else you can copy it in clipboard also. Okay, so all these options are available in the file menu of this particular graph. Okay, or else you can use command to save the save this particular graph. We have already studied all these command in our theory session. Okay, now this is a simple graph. Now let's see, if we want to compare different graph, then how to plot it. So I have plotted graph for year 21. Now I am plotting graph for year 2020 in the same graph. I want both the graph in a single image. Okay, so instead of using plot function for year 2021, we can use point function to plot two different graph in a same image. Okay, so I am using that point function. So in point function, on x-axis I want months, on y-axis I want temperature for year 20, temp 20. Okay, type is B. I want both point and line, so type is equals to B. Now here, since we are we want to plot two different graphs for two different years in a same image, we need to give different colors. Okay, so for year 2021 I have blue color, for year 2020 I am giving red color. Okay, so color is given. So this is enough for the graph. Two vectors, then type, and then color. Okay, the name of function is points. Plot. This is our original graph. Okay, and now I am using points function. So this is my second graph. See, you can see here, this is my second graph. Okay, so red graph is for year 2020 and this blue graph is for year 2021. Okay, now here we can change plot. I am changing the title of the graph, temperature 2020 versus 2021. So this is my caption, or we can say title of the graph. Okay, and now points. So this is the graph. See, this is our graph. I have plotted, first I have plotted graph for year 2021, and after that I want to compare it with year 2020. So by using points function, I have plotted graph for year 2020 also. On x-axis we have months, on y-axis we have temperature, and the caption of my, or the title of my graph is temperature 2020 versus 2021. Okay, now see, the values of x-axis and y-axis are taken according to the input values. Okay, so on x-axis we have 1 to 12 months, that's why values are taken here for 12 months. Now here on y-axis values are taken, the range of values taken from 18 to 32, because in our input value, in our input vector, the minimum value is 18 and the maximum value is 32. So accordingly values are taken on x and y axis. Okay, now we'll here, just by looking at this graph we cannot identify the years, that is the red is for 2020 and the blue is for 2021. Since we have plotted this graph, so we can we know this, that is red is for 2020 and blue is for 2021. But for the new user we need to give this information particularly. So for this we can draw legend. Okay, so now how to draw legend? To draw legend we have command legend. The first parameter we need to give the position of legend. I want that legend at the top right position. Then title of legend is years. By using that legend I want to specify years. Then the values of legend are specified by using legend parameter 2021. Okay, so these are values, and now we need to fill this by the color. Okay, so see, first we have 2020, year 2020, which is a red color, and year 2021, which is indicated by blue color. Okay, so let's see how legend is appeared in the graph. See here, the legend is appeared on this particular graph. Okay, so this is my legend. Here, the red graph is for year 2020 and the blue graph is for year 2021. Okay, so this is how legend is used in a graph to give the additional information of graph, that is for which entities we have drawn these two different graphs. So that is legend. Now here I have one list of class A. So this is class A list, which consists of information about 5 students. I have one data frame called class B, which is also consists of information for 5 students. Now as I told you, plot is a generic type of function, that is it can plot a graph, it can create a graph for different types of input object. So just we have studied how to create a graph for vectors. Now we'll see how to create a graph for the vectors that are the part of list, and how to create a graph for the vectors that are the part of data frame. Okay, so first we'll create a graph for class A. Okay, now I'm creating that graph. See, let's use plot function. Plot, this is the, now my x-axis input values are class A roll number. Okay, I'm taking roll number from class A. Then my y-axis values are class A marks. Okay, I'm plotting a line graph for roll number and marks vectors that are the part of list class A. Okay, so class A of roll number, class A of marks. Remaining parameters let's keep as it is. Type is B. Then on x-axis I want roll number caption. Okay, on x-axis I want roll number caption. On y-axis I want caption percentage. Okay, then the title of my graph is class A. This is the title of graph. Blue color is blue, then remaining parameters are as it is. See, this is the graph of class A against roll number and percentage. Okay, we have taken data for only 5 students. We can increase the data as per the intake of our class. Okay, so for demo purpose I have taken data for only 5 students. Okay, so this is the graph. Now in the same graph, let's plot data for class B. In the same graph, let's plot data for the class B. Class B of roll number, okay, and then class B of marks. Now see, class A is list and class B is data frame, okay, and type is B. And let's change the color. Color is suppose let's take yellow. Okay, the function is points. See, this yellow is for class B and this blue is for class A. Now let's decorate it. So plot class A. Let's change the title class A versus class B. For example, you can give any title as per your choice. So this is my class. Okay, now let's compare it with class B by using points. Let's change this color red only. Okay, see, this is the comparison of class A and class B percentage of students. Okay, so this is how we can plot graph for vectors. We can plot graph for list. We can use vectors from data frame to plot a line and point graph, and we can compare it. Okay, so here you can give legend also. Legend can be given for this graph also. Legend equals to x is equals to now top, and using same location top right. If you want it in a left side, then you can use top left. Okay, anything. Then in legend, next is title. So title is class. For example, you can give any title to your legend. Now how many classes are there? So first is class A and second is class B. Okay, so this is the legend title. Then legend values, and we need to fill it with some color. So for class A we have blue color, and for class B we have red color. Now let's verify our legend. So this is the legend. Blue is class A and red is class B. So this is how we can compare data also by using this graphical representation. Okay. Now see, this is all about today's session. In today's session we have studied how to create a graph for different input objects by using plot function. Okay, and then how to save it by using different commands. If you want to save this graph by using JPG, then you can use command for JPG also. Okay, you can save it by using PDF format also. And then here we can use data structure from R environment, or we can import external file into R, and after importing that file we can use data from that file to create a graph. We have already studied how to import CSV file, Excel file and text file. So you can import those file into R. After importing, you will get a data frame for that particular file, and then by using values from that data frame, you can plot a graph for that imported file also. So and now in R we have a ready-made color pattern color palette called colors. So R supports total 652 colors. Okay, so total these number of colors are supported by R. Okay, and to give color to your graph, you can use any of the colors name from this given palette. Okay, you can use any of the color name. So this is all about today's session. Thank you.